Hi, Maureen. Hello. Hi, Shivani. Hello, Satya.
So you're back home.
I am, yes. As
Fun.
weekend adventures. And is Shanti Pan there? Yes, she is. Yeah. Hello. I just allow you to record. Yeah, there you are. I will share the screen. Shivani, you got the interpretation? Okay, good. And hello, everybody. Sunjay, hello. Okay. So today we are doing part 3 of yogas, Raja Yoga, Nicha Bhanga Raja Yoga, and others. And I have a photo of Lord Krishna. It is his birthday on 6th night, 7th morning. He's born at on Krishna Ashtami, and he's born at midnight. So usually it's his celebration is done at night. And this is me at the ashram this weekend with the priests. You know, an ongoing celebration for my birthday. And this one, Swami Sita, she arranged a big ceremony for me, and these are the priests there, the Swami Samavedula. So it's a 70th birthday puja. You do puja for 60, 70, 81, and then 90. Every year you want for good and happy life. So we continue with it, and let us begin with the chanting. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahman Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Brahma Murari Sripurantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Buddhascha Guruscha Shukraha Shanirahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shanti Bhavo. Om Dadhi Shankatusharabham Shirodaranava Sambhavam Namami Shashinam Somam Shambho Mukata Bhushanam. So we are doing the Purana Vedvyasa mantra, and today it is Buddha Vedvyasa Purana mantra we are doing. Om Priyangu Kalika Shamam Rupena Pratimam Buddham Somyam Somya Gunopetam Tam Buddham Pranamamyaham. So this mantra is describing Mercury, Buddha, saying Priyangu Kalika Shamam. He's dark like the evening darkness. So often you see that Gemini or Virgo, according to your race, that will be slightly darker color if you are ruled by that. Rupena Pratimam Buddham. Very beautiful, unparalleled beauty. Somyam Somya Gunopetam. Very soft, calm, and full of good qualities. Tam Buddham Pranamamyaham. To Buddha, I bow to you. Om Priyangu Kalika Shamam Rupena Pratimam Buddham Somyam Somya Gunopetam Tam Buddham Pranamamyaham. So I also, now coming into September, we are thinking about next year's programs, and 4 courses in 2024 as usual. You have already done foundation, so you'll be looking at rules of interpretation for next year, and prediction with the year after. Advanced courses, planetary yogas. Now, advanced course, I change the topic every year. So if you want to do the yoga course, you can do. Sometimes students do 2 courses. I leave it to you, up to you. If you want to do 2 courses, it's fine, but otherwise you can keep to doing the 1 course and paying full attention to it. And I want to let you know about Bill Sinclair's course. He's my student. We were together this weekend at the ashram, and he reminded me that we have known each other for 20 years. He has studied with me for that time. Now he is a guru in his own right. Some of you know him, I think you know him. So he's doing a 5-lecture series, and it's starting 15 September 2023. So you can look it up on his website, billsinclair.com. And then finally, there's another conference, Parashara Astrology Conference, live via Zoom, November 16th to 20th, 2023. And it has very great international faculty, including Dr. David Frawley, Shambhavi, Dr. Dennis Harness, Sadashiva, and myself, and many others. And you can look up the information at parasharconference.com. And Kasanati, who's organizing this conference, he is giving a 10.8% off till October 1st, and the code is Komela. So if you want, you can put the code in. You can attend for one day or all days of the conference. Now, my basic, what my contribution is, I'm doing the keynote address, which is going to be on the 16th. I'm the opening speaker. And then I'm going to be talking about Saturn's complex transits, which is a workshop. And then Dhana Wealth Yogas of Sage Parashar. So again, you can use the promo code Komela and get a discount. I've been so busy, I haven't had the time to let you know earlier. So still there is time to book. And so now going on to our topic. Before the topic, today we are doing Raja Yoga and Nicha Bhanga Yaja Yoga. So I had asked you to send me charts with yogas, and I have had very good response. So many of you have sent very good charts. So just a few things. Please name the yoga, then give their birth data and the person's birth data. And you can still send the birth data to me, not to Keiko. But you must check the validity of the data. There are many corrupted datas. The chart should be A or AA. See, I have almost many celebrities have 2 times of birth. So many years ago, one of the ladies who was collecting data, she decided that she's going to have a way to check the data. And here we see Barack Obama. And let's just look at the data here. It's giving you the rating of the data. It's a AA, BC, BR in hand. BC means birth certificate or a birth record. It's birth CBC. I don't know what C means, but it's a very good data. And here in this, you see AA quoted from birth certificate and birth record. Again, AA is memory, A is news report. So when you have a birth data, then you have B for biography or autobiography, and C, accuracy in question, original source unknown, rectified approximate time. So you see, we want good data, not corrupted data. So I was telling somebody that send me the chart of Taylor Swift, and I have 3 datas for her. And so, that is a bit doubtful when, you see datas. So you do need to be cautious about them. And it's okay to use a data that's not perfect, but then you should let me know that this is a C data accuracy in question, or I don't know whether the data is right or wrong. So it's a good practice to build your own database with good times. You need date, time, place of birth. Now, French and German governments ask this data to be on your birth certificate. So if in doubt you need a chart, you can look up a chart of a French personality. All the French presidents' birth data is there. Macron, his wife, any French celebrity, very easy. Sometimes in French, Canadian birth data is also there. But otherwise, you have to also educate your students and clients that it's important to collect the birth data. And the good source, because normally what I do is if I want somebody's birth chart, I will say, I'll Google it. I'll say, XYZ birth data. But then I try to see who has the birth data. Sometimes people have got very wrong birth data. So I like to trust Astra data bank. This was the lady Louise Rodin, who started collecting the correct data in the modern times. So it's a good idea to see whether it is from Astro Data Bank, or I think it's called astro.com just now. But try to see what is the rating of the data. So anybody has any questions about it? Anything they'd like to ask? Okay. So today we are continuing with Raja Yoga. Raja means a king. Raja Yoga is known as a king-making combination. Nowadays, this indicates ability to attain success, power, recognition, general good luck. So, as in Jyotish, we believe that this life we are going to gain through efforts from our past life as well. The combination of Raja Yoga in a birth chart will show their inherent tendencies to make that person specially great or privileged. Raja Yoga is an auspicious combination of Trikona rulers, first, fifth, ninth house, with rulers of Kendra, first, fourth, seventh, and 10th houses. They must be placed either in Kendra house or Trikona. Aspects, Parivartana Yoga, conjunctions can also create Raja Yoga. You see, the whole concept of yoga is that first you are studying the chart just basic, but then there's some combinations or conjunctions or aspects between um, planets in your chart make it stand out. And that is what is important with these Raja Yogas. This yoga makes a person aim for higher things, be ambition. Important to understand that Raja Yoga does not indicate great monetary wealth. It could indicate wealth of knowledge, respectability, status. Raja Yoga in your chart sets you apart from others. It brings luck, helping hand towards achieving your goals. And they bring money as well, because the kings, they always have money. They are privileged, strong energy that is there. So this is the chart of Sean Connery. And now, as we are starting to look at charts, you are also automatically looking, do they have any yogas in their chart? And Sean Connery, you may know as James Bond. He was the original James Bond movie actor. And straight off, you can see he has Mercury exalted in 10th house. This is a Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga. And he's Sagittarius ascendant. So the planets that can give him Raja Yoga are Jupiter and Mercury, or Mars and Sun. So here in his 7th house, you can see Jupiter and Mars are together. This is a combination of the ascendant ruler and the 5th house ruler. And 5th house is very much connected to artistry or acting. So he has this Raja Yoga, but he has another yoga, Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga as well. And so you can see this aspect in his chart. Also, ninth house is the house of good luck. Ninth lord is in the 9th house. So many things that made Sean Connery very famous, internationally famous with James Bond, and then he continued over many decades. So then we have one higher yoga than Raja Yoga. This is called Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga. Dharma is spirituality, karma is action, adipati means ruler. Uh, when the rulers of dharma and karma houses combine, dharma is 9th house, karma is 10th house. The person does only good deeds and therefore gets the best merits. This yoga gives immense success. And see, each of these yogas have a rule, and you must remember the rule. So the Dharma Karma Adipati Yoga is perfect if the ruler of the 9th house is in the 10th house is in the 9th. Or the second rule is 9th and 10th house ruler are either placed in 9th house or 10th house. That means it's quite rare to get this yoga, Dharma Karma Adipati Yoga. And here we have Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra is author of many books. He's a spiritual teacher, Vedic knowledge, and very famous. I don't know whether everybody knows him, but he's quite very famous, not quite. And what you see is 9th house, Libra, ruler is Venus. In the 10th house, 10th house ruler Mars is in Libra. So they are in each other's house, 9th and 10th house. And of course, you know, when you see the yoga, you also see the person. Deepak Chopra is, you know, big personality. He lectures, he writes books, he's got a following. He was, you know, maybe has a podcast, all sorts of things. He's anytime in USA they want a important spiritual person, they will invite him to talk. And then this is Carl Jung. He was a philosopher, and he has the karma dharma, but not classical. But it's still pretty good that the 9th and 10th house ruler. So the 9th house ruler for him is Virgo, 10th house Mercury, and 10th house is Venus. And you see here, he has Venus and Mercury in the 6th house. Now, 6th house is not the best placement for the planets, but he was, you know, author, philosopher, I would say psychologist. I think he's, and even today his books are read, but that is not a classical yoga. So Shubha has asked, what if 9th, 10th Lord is together in the 5th house? Then that is a Raja yoga. It is not a Dharma Karma Adipati yoga, but it's pretty special. So one shouldn't discount it. It's a pretty special yoga. Just like I gave you the two examples here. And I am just going to I'm going to look at a couple of charts. So if you just look at Barack Obama's chart, he's also Capricorn Lagna. 9th Lord is Mercury, 10th is Venus. They are not together. So he doesn't have this yoga, but he has plenty other yogas, you know. We can't have all the yogas in the chart. And so let us look at Atma Jyoti's chart. So first look at Raja Yogas. What are the planets that can give Atma Jyoti Raja Yoga? Saturn, Mars, Moon, and Venus. And then the fifth house lord is Venus and Mercury. So you do have Mercury, Venus together, Atma Jyoti with Mars. No, Jupiter is not, but it's in the 12th house. So 12th house is not regarded as the, um, uh, you know, uh, best place, because it's a more spiritual house where we are thinking more spiritually, and you that could be the interest for you. And we have Bindu. Um, so Mars, Jupiter can give the yoga. You don't have them together, so you can't have the yoga. But otherwise, you are also Cancer Lagna. So Moon, Venus, Saturn, and Mars, they are the Kendra lords. They have to combine with Mars and Jupiter. So you do have here um, Saturn and Mars opposite each other, but they are not. Mars is in the 8th house. So this is not a perfect yoga. You see, we want to look at, so the Raja Yoga is not there. There may be other yogas to consider. And then we look at Emma's chart. And Emma is Aquarius ascendant, and Aquarius, Saturn, Venus, Sun, and Mars, and Mercury and Venus. Venus rules Kendra and Trikona. I'll talk about it this. So you don't have any of these rulerships that are giving you the yoga, but you have here Sun and Mercury together. This is a Buddha Aditya yoga as well, but Mercury rules your 5th house and Sun rules your 7th house. So together they are creating a Raja Yoga. So you see, Raja Yoga is the first step of yogas. And Muthu, that is also there in your question also. If the yoga is in the ascendant, it is a Raja Yoga. It is not a 9th and 10th ruler joint standing in the ascendant is uh, a Raja Yoga, not a Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga. For Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga to be exact, it should be either in the 9th house or the 10th house. But as I said, it's pretty special. So it's a good yoga to have. So then in these yogas, the last one that we are talking about is no, that this is a very interesting aspect, that some planets create Raja Yoga by themselves as they rule 2 auspicious houses. The Raja Yoga Karaka planet has to give excellent results by itself. So you see, you don't need 2 planets to create the yoga. Here we have Mars is Raja Yoga Karaka for Leo Cancer ascendants. He rules the 4th house and 9th house for Leo, 5th and 10th house for Cancer ascendant. So if you're Leo or Cancer, then Mars is an excellent planet. So out of the 12 ascendants, 6 of them have one planet that creates a Raja Yoga. It's very powerful, that planet. Venus is Raja Yoga Karaka for Capricorn, Aquarius ascendants. Rules 5th and 10th house for Capricorn, 4th and 9th for Aquarius. And finally, Saturn is the Raja Yoga Karaka for Taurus and Libra ascendant. Rules 9th and 10th house for Taurus, 4th and 5th house for Libra. So actually, Saturn itself is ruling the Dharma Karma Yoga together, one planet. So this is a very powerful position to have. And so this is Frank Sinatra's chart. And you see, now Saturn is rules his 4th and 5th house, and it is in the 8th house. I'm not sure how good my time of birth for Frank Sinatra is. I just want to tell you that. But the main point is this, that Saturn's intention towards Libra Lagna is very good. And Satya, yes, you can look at these karakas from the moon sign, but it's more powerful from the Lagna. So, but you can look at it from the moon sign as well. So now if we look, one sec, let me just see. Yeah, let me just finish this. So quality of the yoga depends on how well the planets are placed. There will be obvious differences if yoga is formed when two planets are well placed in their house of friends, exaltation, Mool Trikona, or formed by planets in debilitation, enemy houses, then it is not so strong. So yogas also, they have different powers. We have to see how strong the planets are. What is the dynamic power of the planets. Then the timing of Raja Yoga. Now this we are going to start studying from next week. Uh, uh, Raja Yoga is a passive indication in the birth chart. It needs Dasha Bhukti to activate them. Actually, Raja Yoga is quite good to have in your chart. It brings many privileges and opportunities, but it is when you get the dasha and the sub-periods bhuktis, then that's the time they really come into their own. There may be many Raja Yogas in the chart, but if a person may never experience their fruits, if the corresponding dasha does not happen to activate it. Also, you can say that the person is not using the good times. Sometimes the time is very good and then people think, oh, this is not good enough. Something better is going to come. So they lose the timing when, the energy is very positive. So it may not give as much result as a normal thing would give. So let us just look at this in your chart. So in the software, there's a easy way to look at it. And I'm just going to, before I move forward, we have Emma's chart open. She's Aquarius ascendant. Venus is her best planet. So Venus rules the 4th house and the 9th house. So regardless of where Venus is, it is going to give very good result for you. And it's a very auspicious, positive planet. So for Aquarius ascendant and Capricorn ascendant, Venus is a good luck planet. Now in the software, you see here, I've got alphabetical. So I'm going to go down. And here we see Cancer ascendant. And I'll just search it out, what happened. Sorry, here Bindu, Jennifer, Myra, Monica, and Serene. So let us just look at Jennifer's chart. We already looked at Bindu's chart. You see, Jennifer is Cancer ascendant. Mars, not only it is Ruchaka Mahapurusha Yoga, it's the best planet for you, 5th Lord and 10th Lord. So Mars is a natural malefic planet, but for Cancer, he only gives positive results. So that is a good luck, good energy for Cancer ascendants. And so you can see here Myra as well, Monica, and I'll just go one more, Myra, Cancer ascendant. Now Mars is in the 6th house. Mars like being in the 6th house, but he's Raja Yoga Karaka planet. So when we have the dasha of Mars or Mars subdasha, will always bring opportunities for you. So all of you Cancer ascendants, there we have Leo ascendant, Aesop, Jaja, Kayla, Levent, and Mary. So let us look at Kayla's chart here. Leo ascendant. Now Mars is in the 12th house, but it's also debilitated, but still it will give good results because he's the uh, lord of the 4th and the 9th house. That is the strong aspect. Levant here, again, another Leo Lagna, same Mars in Cancer, 12th house, but Mars, you see, it's like sometimes he's not able to give everything, but he is going to give a good result because his intention towards you is good. That's the most important thing with these planets. And then let us look at Muthu is Taurus Lagna, and Saturn, 9th and 10th Lord. It's not a dharma karma yoga, because it's placed in the second house, but he's the best planet for you. And second house is a house of money as well, and speech, dhana bhava. But Saturn, even though he's the best planet, Saturn doesn't give everything instantly. He loves to give slowly. But for Taurus, they are blessed because Saturn is the best planet for them. And you also have this Mercury Sun together in the Lagna, 4th and 5th Lord. That's a Raja Yoga too. You see, when you start looking at your chart through the yoga lens, you see a different aspect that is there. And here we see Su, again Taurus Lagna. Now Su has 9th and 10th Lord in the 10th house. So this is a Mahapurusha Yoga as well. It's Sasha Mahapurusha Yoga, plus it's Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga, and Saturn is Raja Yoga Karaka as well. So you see that these sometimes we are afraid of Saturn, but when Saturn wants to give you something, he can give too much of it. And then for Libra, we have Monday, Sage, Shubha, Sophia, and Tiffany. So let us look at Shubha's. Oh, Sage has come on. So Sage's chart, Libra Lagna, 4th and 5th house Lord is Saturn. Saturn is here in Scorpio, second house again. It's also with Venus, 5th Lagna Lord. It's also with 9th Lord. So this is multiple yogas here, but it's not in the Kendra and Trikona. So it doesn't have that much power to give. But Saturn itself on its own, and then when we discuss next week, we'll start looking at the timing. We'll see when the Saturn dashas are on and when these yogas are on as well. And one more chart here, Shubha. Shubha Libra Lagna. Now Saturn is the Raja Yoga Karaka. 4th and 5th Lord. It's on its own. It is with Ketu. You see, then you have to think about how Ketu is acting. Saturn is opposite Venus as well. Venus is Lagna Lord. So this is also a yoga, but they are with Rahu Ketu axis. So Rahu Ketu axis is more of a karmic situation. So, that is there to see. And Monday, as you sent me hearts, I'll look at your chart. And there we see Monday here. 4th and 5th Lord, Saturn is strong on its own, but he's also Raja Yoga Karaka. So if you're Taurus and Libra ascendant, then Saturn is really a very good planet for you. And then we come to Capricorn. And for Capricorn, Atma Jyoti, K, Lin. So let's look at Lin's chart. See, Capricorn ascendant, Venus is the best planet. And here we see Venus in the 11th house as a best Raja Yoga Karaka. It can give money, finance, all those aspects that are there. And we can look at this aspect here. And also Mercury, Venus, they are 5th, 9th and 10th lords together in the 11th. So you see, the yogas, to be fully effective, they should follow the rule. But even if they're not 100% within the rule, they do give something. And anyway, Venus is a great planet for you. And that is a good thing. And then Aquarius, if we look at Aquarius, Emma, we saw you earlier already that Venus is the best planet for Aquarius. So now I'm open for any questions. So Satya, the Kendra Lord in a Trikona also is considered Raja Yoga. But I personally prefer the Lords to be together. But it's quite a good thing if you have a Trikona Lord in a Kendra or Kendra Lord in a Trikona. Okay. So then next thing we are doing is Nicha Bhanga Raja Yoga. Nicha means debilitated, Bhanga means cancellation. A planet that is debilitated may not act like it because of certain other conditions. In fact, these conditions enhance the planet so much that it becomes a very special planet with the ability to give results like a Raja Yoga. Now, with debilitated planets, they always give health problems, even if there is a cancellation. The whole concept of cancellation is that a planet gets some support and therefore it rises above its weakness. So therefore this Nicha Bhanga means that then instead of weak, because you have struggled with it, you become very strong. And so these are the rules when planetary ruler of the sign containing the debilitated planet is in exaltation. For example, if Sun is in Libra, Venus, the ruler, is exalted. When the ruler of the sign, the debilitated planet, is placed is in Kendra from the ascendant, Sun or Moon ascendant. Jupiter debilitated in Capricorn for Aries ascendant and Cancer moon. Saturn is in the 10th from the Lagna, 7th from the moon. Sorry, Jupiter would be. Yeah, Saturn, the Lord is strong. When the planet which is debilitated in the Rashi chart is exalted in the Navamsha, so if Venus is in Virgo in the Rashi, but in Pisces Navamsha. When the debilitated planet is conjunct with the ruler of the sign of its debilitation, Moon placed with Mars in Cancer can create a Nicha Bhanga Raja Yoga. When the ruler of the debilitated planet aspects back to it, Mars in Taurus, Moon in Scorpio, that means Mars is aspecting Moon in Scorpio, so it's strengthening the Moon. Debilitated planet is in a Kendra from Lagna, Sun or Moon. So you find that almost 90% of the time your debilitation is cancelled. Now, this is Swami Shivananda's chart, and what you see here is that he has Mars in Cancer. It's Kendra. So just Mars in Cancer, first house, that cancels the debilitation. But the Lord Moon is in Aries. So Mars in Cancer, Moon in Aries, they're exchanging signs. And they're both in Kendra. So the Mars in Cancer, it loses its debilitation. You can also see one other factor in Swamiji's chart. Moon, Jupiter in Kendra opposite each other. Moon is Lagna Lord, Jupiter's ninth Lord. So this is a Raja Yoga. Swami Shivananda was not looking for money, but he's hugely respected, hugely worldwide following. People follow his teachings. All those aspects are there. So you can see that energy here. So I have two charts here to show you other charts. It's difficult for me to see all your charts. If somebody has a debilitated planet, I will show. So in the software, there is a way to look up. So if you get this thing, planet positions or planet positions and dignity, planet and dignity table, it will tell you whether your planet is debilitated. So here, this is Oprah Winfrey. She's a big television personality. She was. She has Moon debilitated, but it is placed with Mars. So Mars as the Lord of Moon is canceling the debilitation for her. And in the software, you can see Moon is debilitated XD, means it's acting very powerful. So that's XD means it's like a Nicha Bhanga Raja Yoga. Very rarely you'll see a planet just debilitated because the rule is not there. Then President Barack Obama, he has Jupiter in Capricorn debilitated, and Saturn is with it. And again, you can see debilitated XD. Actually, it's saying debilitated RX, retrograde. But actually, this is cancelled as well because Saturn is with there. So it's telling you debilitated RX. So retrograde planets also are very strong. He is not, the software is not thinking that this is a cancellation of debilitation. I had not seen this, but let me just see if there's any, no, they're not giving any rules for it, but in effect, I think that this is a cancellation of debilitation because Jupiter's in Kendra, and also President Barack Obama became president in Jupiter Dasha. And so if you just take it as debilitated planet, you'd think he'd lose the election. But he won the election in Jupiter Moon Dasha. So definitely this is a Nicha Bhanga Raja Yoga. Sometimes you have to disagree with the software. It's not necessary that you always agree with the software as well. So then the next set of yogas, Dhana Yoga. I was telling you I'm giving a lecture on the wealth yogas at the Parashar conference. For Dhana yogas to exist, there has to be connection with the second house of wealth and assets 11th house of earnings and profits, and 9th house of good luck. If the rulers of these houses are in mutual aspect or conjunction, then Dana Yoga is formed. Some ascendants have one planet that rules the 2nd and 11th house. For Leo ascendant, Mercury rules both 2nd and 11th house. So Mercury, if it is in conjunction with Mars, 9th house lord, then there is a Dana Yoga. It just the two houses of money and Mercury and Mars, the 9th house lord. Jupiter 2nd and 11th for Aquarius ascendants. Jupiter's conjunction with Venus will create Dhana Yoga for Aquarius ascendants. So, you know, there's sometimes you could say there's a talent for making money in somebody's chart. They just either they make money or they inherit money. A conjunction of the 9th house ruler with the 11th will indicate a person who has great earnings from own effort. A conjunction of 9th house ruler with 2nd can show wealth from inheritance. Same if 9th house lord is in the 2nd house. The good luck planet has gone into the 2nd house of money. Or 9th house ruler is in the 11th house. These tend to give you good money opportunities. A conjunction of 2nd and 11th house rulers also considered a combination for wealth, but it will not be so strong as the luck factor 9th house is missing from it. For Dhana Yoga to be strong, it must not be placed in Dushtana houses, 6th, 8th, 12th. However, if you have Mercury in the 8th house, it always shows inheritance, but it is not a yoga. Now, I was just going to show you the chart of Oprah Winfrey. So in Barack Obama's chart, you see Saturn rules the 11th house, Mars rules the 2nd house, Mars rules the 11th house, and Mercury rules the 9th house. He doesn't have all the combinations, but Saturn and Mercury are opposite each other. So Saturn 2nd house, and he didn't inherit any money, but he's, as a president and post-president, he's quite wealthy. So there is wealth indicated here, but not kind of born to wealth. But I want to show you Oprah Winfrey's chart. And this is very interesting. You see, from her ascendant, her 2nd house ruler is Saturn. It's exalted in the 11th house. And 11th house ruler Venus is in the 2nd house. And it's tight conjunction with the sun, which rules her 9th house. And she is regarded as one of the richest ladies in USA. And she has earned her own money. But you can see 2nd Lord exalted, 11th Lord in the 2nd house. These two houses are connected. And sun is also there, which is the luck factor. And Mercury is also there, 10th house. She earned from her career. I don't think she inherited any money. So you can see this aspect. Now, there's a yoga for immense wealth. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth and prosperity. This yoga indicates a seriously wealthy yoga. It could be from inheritance or self-made. And for Lakshmi Yoga, the rule for it is important. 9th house ruler and Venus are in their own or exaltation signs. So 9th house ruler and Venus, either in Kendra, 1, 4, 7, 10, or in Trikona. So, you know, to have that great wealth yoga, this rule has to be uh, uh, precise. And here we have, however, Sage Parashar has given importance to ninth house ruler only to be in exaltation, Multrikona, own sign in a Kendra house. So he has said if your ninth house ruler is strong and in 1, 4, 7, 10 houses. Strong meaning it has to be exaltation, Multrikona, own sign. So three things. And for Lakshmi Yoga to truly work, ascendant Lord must be strong. Lakshmi Yoga can be looked at from the ascendant, moon, sun. If it exists from all three ascendants, unimaginable wealth is indicated. And generally, you will see somebody with Lakshmi Yoga has lot of other yogas as well. And here we see Bill Gates. He was, I would say, I think almost for 20 years, the richest man in the world. And now it's just that he's not wanting to earn the money. So let us see the rule here. Ninth house ruler, Aquarius, Saturn is exalted. Venus is in Libra, own sign. So that, and in the fifth house from the Lagna. And Lagna Lord is strong. It is in a Bhadra Mahapurusha Yoga. And last week I showed you Adi Yoga and all the other yogas that are there. So therefore, that is a continued wealth. And even now, Microsoft, that is formed by him, apparently is leading in the AI, artificial intelligence. And again, the stock has gone up. So that wealth is there in his chart. So many yogas are there in Bill Gates' chart. Now, this is the Lakshmi Yoga. In order to have a Lakshmi Yoga, in my opinion, although Sage has said this one, in my opinion, the Venus must be strong. It should be own exaltation sign in Kendra Trikona and ninth house ruler. So two things should be strong. But let us look at the software gives you, if you go to special and classical yogas here. Oh, sorry. No. Here we have Lakshmi Yoga and Sandy has Lakshmi Yoga. I don't know whether Sandy is here, but let's see. So you see Sandy has Venus, ninth lord in the ninth house. So Venus alone, it's making the Lakshmi Yoga for her. So, so the software also, let's just look at one sec. You see in this time search, okay, let me just look at this. Yeah, the Lakshmi Yoga rule is given here. Venus and ninth lord in own exalted sign. So it's not taking the other yoga. And I just realized this time zone has changed. I don't know why my time zone did to change. Why have my time zone changed? Okay. It went into Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, I'll sort it out later. Sorry about that. I was just wondering why the time zone has suddenly changed. Yeah. So, so any questions? Anybody has any questions? In consultations, a lot of people ask about money. So knowing the money, and it's not always that people want lot of money. Rare cases they want lot of money, but mostly is that will they be secure? Uh, will their future will be secure? So you can look at the rules for the Dhana Yoga, and then we move to Kartari Yoga. Kartari means scissors. These yogas can be created when planets, malefic or benefic, are placed either side of the Lagna. This creates a scissor-like quality which can either deplete the strength of the Lagna or enhance it. These yogas are traditionally considered only from the Lagna. But if malefics or benefic hem in other planets or houses, they will be also influenced negatively or positively. There are two types of Kartari yoga. Papa Kartari, Papa means sinful or negative. Papa Kartari yoga is created when two malefic planets are placed on either side of the Lagna. This restricts a personality. If Mars, Saturn, two malefics are placed in 2nd and 12th house from the Lagna, they will hem in the Lagna and they create problems and frustrations with natural quality of the Lagna. And here is George W. Bush, former president of USA. And what you see is Cancer Lagna, Mars in the 2nd house, Sun in the 12th house. They're squeezing the Lagna. And here you see Mars, Cancer Lagna. Mars is the best planet. 2nd house has given him lot of wealth. So that's not the problem. But when he was the president, he had two advisors who were not letting him do what he wanted to do. Sometimes it can be like bullying or things that you can get squeezed from both sides. And we can see that aspect for him. And then Shubha Kartari. Shubha means auspicious. Shubha Kartari is formed when two benefic planets are either side of the Lagna. This enhances the quality of the Lagna. If Jupiter, Venus are placed either side of the Lagna, they support the Lagna. Now, last week we talked about malefics and benefics either side of the sun and the moon. And now these Kartari yogas also a Lagna. You see either side of the moon, sun or Lagna if you have benefic or malefic planets placed. So I don't have a chart of this, but my niece, she has Jupiter, Venus either side of a Lagna. And she has a blessed chart. You know, she has had a very good life. She's a young girl, but she's gets all the opportunities. Everything was Venus one side, Jupiter the other side. So she's always gets the opportunities, and people feel she has an easy life, and which is true because there's such a good help if you have this. And then the last yoga we are talking about is Kal Sarpa Yoga or Dosha. Dosha means a fault, but yoga doesn't always mean that it's positive. It's just that a combination is there. Kal means time, Sarpa is snake. A person caught by the snake of time, which is constricting and constraining. Kalsarpa yoga is formed when Rahu Ketu between them contain all the planets in the natal chart. It restricts completely any indications of the chart, however capable the person is. His life is impeded due to past karma. Important lessons must be faced in this life where no amount of effort is rewarded. Obstacles are encountered at every junction for inexplicable reasons. This yoga does not suggest either success or failure. rather a picture of somebody caught up in karmic forces so great that they are forced to look at issues they have avoided in the past before they can move forward. Actually, you see people with Kalsarpa yoga very successful as well. It's nothing to do, it's something more internal. Remember, these are Rahu Ketu, they are shadows, and it's almost as the shadows are not allowing us to function. A heavy price is paid for past karma in this life. Kalsarpa yoga acts mysteriously without other indications in the birth chart. Understanding and counteracting its effects will require a person to move towards his higher self, however much he may not want to do. So it's very important if the Kalsarpa is there to do something more spiritual. As Rahu Ketu act on the inner self, the need to understand the psychic implications, inner blocks created by this combination is important. Remedies are essential for Kalsarpa, a spiritual attitude, interest in helping others, balancing past karmic debts through karma yoga, voluntary selfless service to improve the society you live in. You can give donation. There are many kind of prayer remedies as well. Vedic astrology, it loves remedies, and it's always thinking that it's not the chart you're born with, but how do you use it? How do you understand it? So doing the remedies is very important. Kalsarpa yoga is easier to deal with if Lagna Lord is strong, Sun and Moon are strong, or if you're supporting yourself, trying to sort it out. Now, again, this is George W. Bush's chart, and you see Rahu Ketu, all the planets are within Rahu Ketu. And he was the president of USA, so you can't say that he was not successful. His Lagna Lord Moon is in Virgo with Jupiter. So yeah, maybe that was helping him. But, I would say there are a lot of inner difficulties he had to deal with. And there was a time before he became the president, he had a alcoholic and other problems. They're all publicly known now, no secrets I'm telling you. But you see that the struggle of Kalsarpa. In India, there are many temples that have, people go to pray for Kalsarpa remedies. But you have to understand, and you have to do things wherever you are placed as well. So next week we are going to talk about prediction, Vimshottari Dasha. So we are now coming to the timing of your chart and transits as well. It's a few weeks of classes, and there is an assignment. So you can write about your one yoga in your chart, just one yoga, something that you have found during these classes, 200 words. Send Friday midnight, you know the system. And all the assignments will be checked by Keiko, info@keikoshanti.com. So any questions, comments, anybody wants to ask anything? Okay. I shall see you next week then. Bye-bye. All the best. Namaste.